So, Mr. Bond, you've come to learn about double unders. Hey team, back with another video. Today we're going to go through the double unders. It's around about 12 weeks till the Open, and it's a great time than now to start those double unders. If you're watching this in the future in 2025, then maybe it's still a very relatable video. So here's our guide for you to master your double unders. First things first, guys, you need your own skipping rope. Personal skipping ropes are great, okay? So what they have is, one is the rope length, okay? Making sure that the rope length is right for you. Mine is measured just a little bit higher than what a lot of people would use. I generally like a longer rope. That is personal to me. Secondly, thickness of the rope. So I've got something relatively thin. I've been doing double unders for quite a long time. I need something that's not going to give me a mass amounts of feedback. I don't need feedback. Whereas someone that is just starting their journey or starting to then link some double unders, you need as much feedback as possible so you understand and know where the rope is going, okay? And then thirdly, just get something that you feel comfortable with. I've got the RPM rope. It's something that has a great rotation, so it does spin, okay? But again, any rope that you find comfortable is great for you, okay? Whether it be a thicker rope, whether it be a thinner rope, where it's got thick handles, whether it's got thin handles, whether it's got smooth handles, whether it has knurling on the handles. You need to find something that is personable to you, okay? Spending a little bit of money and investing in that rope is the best thing you can do. Once you've got it, you've got it. The only thing you're going to need to keep replacing is the rope itself. The handles shouldn't change. So when you've got your own rope, it's important that you practice. You need to be practicing this movement. This is not going to come natural. I always talk about having the ability to do this at some relative speed, okay? And slowing up and speeding up as much as we need, okay? You're coordinating two movements, the jump and the skip itself, okay? So if you haven't got single unders, first things first is get those single unders manageable. So it's a nice steady pace on those singles. Nice high jump, keeping nice and steady pace on those singles. So first thing to consider when doing the single unders is making sure, one, your hands are in this position here. They want to be slightly in front, but also maintaining this small circle. What you don't want to be doing is rotating and moving like so. You want to keep everything nice and tight, okay? Same with the circles, they need to be round, and you also need to stay in this position here. When we start moving, so if you look at the rope, as soon as we start moving out, the rope comes a little higher up the body, okay? That's where the tripping happens, okay? So we're in this position here, the rope's a lot higher, so we'll end up whipping our legs or whipping our feet if we're sort of staying relatively tall with our toes. So if we're doing this, okay? Ideally, we don't want to be, but if we're in this position here, once it starts coming higher, you're then going to find you're going to trip over the rope a lot more. It's the same scenario if we start bringing our hands back here, okay? It changes the rotation of the rope. So what would then traditionally be a nice circle kind of does this here, okay? So the timing's a little off, and also as well with that single under, as we move around, the shoulders are going to tire a lot more. Once we start getting comfortable with that single under, it's then start to think about incorporating the double under. Now, we don't want to be going fast with this. What we don't want to do is increase the speed. So when we're doing the double under in the single, we want to keep the speed relatively simple and the same. So looks like this. This shows control. You're able to control the rope and you're able to manage the speed. Once you've done this, okay, and we're looking then around about flicking the wrist down twice as we jump, notice my elevation is relatively high. As we then start then moving the rope around and then flicking the wrist twice, the rope will move. It's important not to move the arms. We want to try and create a whip with the rope, not a movement of the shoulders, okay? So again, okay, step two. Once we start getting familiar with that, we then want to start then incorporating a couple of double unders and a single. We want to try and then remove that single under inside the double under. So still showing control of the movement. You're doing that double, double, single, double, double, single, double, double, single. And then from there, it's then all about increasing capacity. A couple of things I like to do is keeping the window maybe relatively short, doing as many double unders as you can do in the 5-minute window. And then over time, week after week after week after week, you're then starting to then maybe get more and more, starting to get less and less rest in the movement, okay? Or have a goal in mind. Maybe look at 50 double unders or 100 double unders. See how long it takes for you to get to that point. Once you start getting to a point where the time's getting narrower and narrower, then you then start consider other things. Incorporating and bringing in other movements. For example, burpees, deadlifts, hanging off the bar, pull-ups, toes to bar. Those things that are going to put the double under under a little bit of pressure. Alternatively as well, smoking out the shoulders. So push press, push jerk. Adding EMOMs in or adding workouts in. Those things are going to strengthen up the double unders. But it's only when those double unders are starting to happen where there's probably around about 20 or more, okay? When you're looking at things in classes, maybe then consider having to think about, okay, this workout has 15 double unders in a space of X amount of time. What I'm going to then do is maybe practice those double unders and bring those single unders in and around those double unders. So for example, if maybe someone's got 30 double unders in a workout, you're then going to look at doing 15 double unders with some singles incorporated into there. Or maybe using that time where someone's going to be doing 30 double unders to then practice that. So you may get 5. It's all about incorporating it into the skill progression itself, into a workout. You're not going to gain anything from doing single unders consistently with your double unders. You need to start incorporating it into workouts. And finally, when you're getting good at them, maybe try something like the flight simulator, where you're doing reps of 10 over a sustained period of time. So you'll do 10 rest, 20 rest, 30 rest, and just incorporate that up until 50 and then going down. It doesn't, well, ideally you want it unbroken, but this workout doesn't have to be unbroken. You can do a set of 10, rest, then try and do 20 in a certain time, rest, 30, okay, yeah? Put yourself under pressure, but don't then dwell on it too much that you end up workout then breaking down itself, okay? And all I would suggest is have fun with it. Don't be too pressured to doing double unders too quick, okay? Don't expect you then to be going into a workout that's maybe snatches and 30 double unders and then trying to do 30 double unders. You don't want to work out to be consumed with a movement itself, okay? Just remember, you're practicing things. When you're doing a workout, you're practicing things in a workout. You're not necessarily then thinking, I've got to do this because it says it on the whiteboard, okay? Be expressive with your coach. Have a little look at how you're going to break this down. Have a little look at workouts. How can I incorporate these movements to then get you the best possible outcome for you? Not for the workout, for you. And as I say, guys, just enjoy the process. And again, I'll see you on the leaderboard, guys, in the 2024 CrossFit Open.